Here we go.
Here we
First
go.
Buckham podcast.
First Buckham podcast.
Wow.
We don't even have an intro yet. I wanted to be like, hey, everybody, welcome to Buckham Co podcast, but I don't even think we should do an intro.
They know.
No.
They're going to know.
They're going to know. Well, welcome, everybody. We've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time, and we got a lot of stuff we want to talk about. We talk pretty much all day, every day, because you live here, but I'm excited to talk on camera.
See, we do talk every day. We've just never recorded like this. So I'm excited to get that opportunity today.
Yeah. Well, a lot of exciting things have been going on in our life. We just dropped our fourth drop. It's selling great. Everything's selling great. We were kind of scared when we took this drop because we had so much stuff, but after the second day, everything was starting to disappear and stuff was flying off the shelves, and it's been super fun. It's fun learning everything, and we've learned a lot. Like, we learned something. Might learn 5 or 6 things a day, it seems like, and there's still a lot left to learn, but it's going great, and it's fun interacting with everybody. If you guys don't have us on Snapchat, Buckham Co on Snapchat, that's like one of our best forms of communication with you guys. It's fun. You guys interact. We post like 4 million things a day.
I love the Buckham Snap. It's hilarious. But going back to what you were saying, like the learning and everything, I'm just glad to be a part of it. You know, like you said, each drop getting bigger. I get to learn the business side of it with you and Haley, and it's been cool. It's been fun to be a part of.
Yeah, the business side of it's super interesting because I'm so used to just being in the arena. You know, they put a bronc in front of you. You try to make the best ride possible. But whenever you see these new avenues of business, it's super cool. And even like seeing the orders go to Australia and Canada and all over the world. It's somebody tagged us in something today, and they're driving on the wrong side of the road, we thought, but they were really just in Australia wearing a Buckham cap. Which is incredible, and we really appreciate your guys' support, and we love all you guys. You know, it's so great interacting with you guys. But let's talk about the good stuff. How you been? What's new in your life?
Oh, man, I've been good. I've been living, just been bucking them.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a rough start to my year, actually. It's been slow. I wouldn't say rough. I'd say slow. Got rough for a minute, but I'm back. I just won Springville, California.
So
the
did
other
I.
day.
I
Wow.
got loaded in Springville, everybody. I actually was walking back up the buck and shoots and apologized to the rest of the bronc riders because I felt bad.
It had them all fired up, too.
I mean, that horse was hard, but I think I spurred 3 or 4 times, and I got an 83.5 and made some guys mad. But that's rodeo. I had a good talk with Clayton on the way home. Sometimes you feel guilty when you get loaded, but you don't. At that time, you don't really understand how many times you get screwed as well. You get screwed a lot in rodeo. I mean, I've been screwed a lot. I've been screwed out of a lot of money before, even spur outs and stupid stuff like that. But, I mean, we ain't going to get into all that. But like we say, that's rodeo.
That's rodeo.
So you had a little bit of a rougher start.
Yeah.
We've been talking a lot about this. It's you won Springville last week, and you worked your way back up to, what are you, 40th in the world now?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much money right now. I'm not even worried.
You're not
Season
worried.
hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
I was a little bit crashing out at one point, I'd say.
We started calling him Crash Out Cooper because he was crashing out so hard. But I'm starting to get a little bit older. I guess it's safe to admit.
You're
26 now. I've made the NFR 4 times. Got 4 back numbers up on the wall over there. But the years are all tough. There's never been. I can't look back at a year and be like, oh, that year was easy. You know, everything went my way. It is so up and down in rodeo. I always say you have to have short-term memory in rodeo. If you won last night, tomorrow it doesn't matter. If you fell off last night, it don't matter the next day. So short-term memory, tunnel vision's very important. We go to so many rodeos, get on so many scary animals every year. But if you could just keep a humble head and just keep your head down and know whenever it's time to grind it out. And that's kind of where you're at right now. You kind of got to grind it out.
Yeah, I've been grinding, though.
You've been grinding.
We've been grinding
We
lately.
have been.
We've been gym hard,
Mm-hmm.
sauna, cold plunge. We've been doing it, bucking, practice.
Bucking them. Damn right. Selling shirts.
Selling shirts.
Damn
That's what
right.
we do best,
Damn
honestly.
right. Selling shirts. A little shout out to our boy Craddock. I know you're probably listening. You're one of our great supporters. We're in the gym every day with you. You yell at us every day. It's hard to get through
We
your
get
workouts.
roasted.
But we love we get roasted for sure. But we love you. Craddock's been great for us. Coop started working out with about a year ago, It was like during Clovis, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Area. And the next weekend he went out and won like 12,000 or something. And called Craddock, said, "Hey, I'm working out with you every day."
Yeah, yeah, and then I have been.
Yeah, we have been. We've been.
I will say before the finals, that might have been the most shredded I've ever been in my life, thanks to
Same.
Craddock.
Dude, I love that time because you have 2 months at home. You could get ripped. You could put some weight on. I feel so good before the finals
Oh,
every year.
I looked good.
Then our like every night we go into the gym and visualize, or I'll ride 10 broncs in my head in the gym, just lay on a mat and just ride 10 different broncs, different directions, different deliveries, different moves. And then like the sauna sessions, we call them dial sesh. We'll have full on dial sessions, which are great. We need to get back into the dial sessions. I feel like our
agree.
life has been pretty hectic with the Buckham, and I'm raising a baby, my beautiful little baby girl. You'll probably hear her screaming at some point in this podcast. But
She's been the real crash out
oh
today.
man, she's been crashing out hard today.
At least I'm not the biggest crash out in the house.
You're the second biggest
Yeah,
crash out
guaranteed.
in the house for sure.
No, that was my favorite time of the year last year was October, November, just
Same.
because of, you're home, you kind of get into a routine and you're just so focused on the finals and you're working towards something every day and you're just getting better and better and you can feel it.
See, I love
love
having
that.
having something to work towards. Like sometimes we get so distracted with so many different rodeos, it just kind of seems like you're on autopilot. You're just waiting for the days to go by to go to the next rodeo because there's always another rodeo, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like the NFR gives us like, this golden ticket that we're looking at, and it's 60 days out, 50 days out, 40 days out, and you're just grinding it out. It's like everybody's asking about it. You're getting DMs about it, and it's just like the anticipation just building and building and building. And you look up and it's 5 days away, and you're like, all right, I got to get on 10 back to back, and I got to be the best I've ever been. And in 10 days, I could have a gold buckle, or I could feel this big.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of pressure. You got your whole family there. You got, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about the NFR.
I love it. Going back to the NFR, how was it for you, this being your fourth one?
Yeah, fourth
Let
one.
me count them on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's got 4 of them. He's got 4 pairs of leather gloves they gave you at the finals
Yeah.
as well. No, going back to this NFR, how was it and leading into this year up to this point?
Well, so the 3 NFRs I had before this, my 4th NFR, I kicked ass at. It was smooth. It was easy. It was I was winning a lot. And then this year I had high expectations. I was going in 4th, or I was going in 5th in the world, thinking, all right, this is where you shine, bro. You're about to win the world. First round out, you pushed my horse out.
I did, and man, that foot was there. We're not going to get into it, but that foot was there. Come on, boys.
Come on, boys.
Replay it.
Replay it.
Go to the replay.
I missed the first horse out, and that automatically takes you right out of the average. So it was like all this anticipation, all this work, all this dreaming of being a world champion pretty much down the drain. But at the second time, or looking back at it, I guess I should say, is after that I was like, F it.
Yeah, you have nothing to lose.
Go
at that
for
point.
some go rounds, and then the next 4 rounds, slow. Like, I don't think I got a check until the 6th round on Lion Lunatic in the 6th round. I think I won like a 4th place check, and that sucked. Like going back to your hotel room, being out of the money every night. You got a baby, you got a wife, you got a lot of money in bills every month. You've just put out a lot of money just getting ready for the NFR. I just bought this house I can't afford, I thought at the time. And it's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, you have to have that short-term memory and be like, okay. I remember thinking before the 6th round, I always get in the locker room early, and I was sitting there and eyes closed, saying a prayer, and I just remember God putting in my head, patience. And I remember like that just really stood out, and I was like, all right, you're right, patience. And then after that, it was great. I placed in pretty much every round after that, and then I won the 9th round, which was great because I remember sitting in the bus or the limo on the way to the South Point. I don't know why I couldn't think of South Point. I remember looking at my dad say, "Hey, I never heard of anyone having a bad NFR winning a go round," and he smiled at me and he's like, yeah. Then the next day I won round 10 on black tie 89.5, and it was like really made up for a lot of my week. I think I ended up winning, I don't know, around $101,000 or something, which was my lowest NFR I've ever had. But I got 2 go around buckles and got my momentum back by the end of it. That's the toughest thing is just getting your momentum back. Whenever you get it, go out there and like win round one. I won round one at my very first NFR, and the 9 rounds after that were a breeze. You know, like it was
Yeah.
so easy. Like that's why I was so proud of you riding Trump Train in that first round, because I knew if you could ride the first one, it's like that weight off your back. You know, go to bed with a smile. I don't care if you win the round. I don't care if you get a check, but you go out there, ride your first bull. They don't got to shave your head.
Yeah.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah.
You got to get your head shaved. No, I
Let's talk
I
about that a
agree.
little bit. The rookie bets with the
Oh,
rookies.
man. Talk about nervous. I remember we were taking the boot barn bus to the rodeo every day, and I just knew them rookie bets were coming. And there's them guys that go out and they in the bull ride and don't ride a single one at their first finals, and so that's in the back of your mind, and you're gonna ride at your first NFR, your rookie year, something I've dreamed about since I was a little kid. Always wanted to do. I remember being nervous, and when I got there, the rookie bets were set up. So they're written down on a piece of paper in the locker room, and fastest buck off time gets their head shaved, and then so on down the list. And then they ended up coming into the locker room with us, all them older guys, and said, never mind, we're just picking you guys' rookie bets. And I'm like, I tried to forget about it, couldn't really do it. It was still there, and I remember crawling up on the back of the bucket chutes. Trump Train's loaded, and Tristan Hutchins walks over to me, and he says, I really don't want to shave your head because that's your bet. And I said, yeah, I don't want you to shave my head either, T. Hutch. And he said, well, you better stay on. So I did that. I made sure I was staying on. I think Jeter had to wear the Grinch outfit in the Grand Entry. Wasey had to get his ear pierced. TJ had to do the Edward 40 hands. I think that was it. But yeah, the rookie bets, man, it just puts so much more pressure on you to stay on. And it could honestly ruin your momentum
For
like
sure.
that. Like you were saying, you fall off your first one, you're already down on yourself, don't have the momentum, and then you got to walk around the next 9 days with a shaved head.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Well,
negative
that
aura.
sucks. Negative aura for
Negative
sure.
aura
And
walking
Trump
around there.
Train bucked you off in Cheyenne, so we were already nervous about that going into it. We knew Trump Train was a great bull, and I knew you'd smash him, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I saw this bull buck off Cooper already once this year, but you went out there, made a great ride. You stayed on your first
First three, bucked off my fourth, won the 5th go round, bucked off the 6th go round, won the 7th, and then it all went to hell from there. I bucked off the 8th, 9th, and 10th round, but the last 2 I took to 7-8, 7-9.
Yeah, like whenever you got stepped on in round 9, like I think it was a 7-8. You had that bull, and he was bucking too.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he was bucking.
That is one thing. Going back to the momentum deal, like I was glad to get my first 3 rode, and whenever I bucked off that 4th one, I was like, I don't care. This is another rodeo. I got momentum. I'm good, you know. And I actually remember after the 4th round, I want to say this is one of my favorite memories from the finals. We went back to the hotel. We both didn't do so well that round, and I'm still pretty chipper, but you're kind of down. Not that Lefty Holman ever gets down on himself fully, but lower than usual. And he said something how it wasn't working for you, and you needed to change something. And we kind of had a talk, and then the 5th round wasn't very good either. And I was like, oh, come on, Lefty, you just need one. And I think it was the 6th round you got it turned around. Yeah, but
6th round, got it turned around, then started stomping them.
Winning.
Stomping them ever since.
Yeah, for it being your worst finals, winning $100,000, still pretty good.
But I say stomping them ever since, but my winter wasn't great at all. Like I started this winter, I didn't make a short round. I made the first short round I made all year was Austin. When I got on All or Nothing, I ended up 3rd in Austin. I was 89.5, and then it took off. Then the California run started. I think I've won 40,000 in 3 weeks. Like everyone gets so caught up on the winner, and you got to have a good winner and all this stuff. But nowadays, there's so many rodeos and there's so much added money. It's like if you get hot any time of the year, you're going to be doing just fine. I'm back up. I was not even in the top 40 in the world until 3 weeks ago. Now I'm seventh in the world. So, I mean, rodeo is so up and down. You just got to be patient, wait for your time. And whenever you are losing, quit trying so hard because that seems like whenever I'm struggling, it seems like I'm trying way too hard, you know. Whenever I'm winning everything, it almost as bad as it sounds, it's like you're not trying. Like
Yeah.
you're not even trying. Like you're showing up to the rodeo 30 minutes before the bareback riding. You're loose, you're cool, you're running through a little warm up, like chopping it up with the boys, whatever you're doing. They run your bronkin and it's like secondhand nature. Like you get in your zone, you're cool. Like you might be cracking this weekend, you're cracking jokes. I'm climbing in there, you know, like pack your hand, be the man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other day, I forgot I was in where the heck was I? I was in Red Bluff the other day, and I was climbing in there, and I looked back at Hank. I said, I've never gave one this much rain in my life, and Brody Cress is on the other side of me. And this doesn't even make sense. I don't know why he said this. He just said, "That's what she said." I was like, I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm getting on the bucking horse right now, and that makes no sense at all.
No, I agree. I do feel like whenever I am going through those lows, it almost gets clouded in there because I'm thinking about it so much, trying so hard. I'm thinking how how hard I got to try, what I got to do, this and this. But looking back over all the times in my career, even from junior rodeo to, you know, making the finals and everything, all the highs, it was easy. It was just I was showing up. I was gonna win. I knew I was gonna win. I walked in there and I didn't think too much about it.
Right. You're not trying so hard.
No.
It seems like when you're trying really hard, like on a bucking horse, I'll get off and I won't even know what happened. Like I'll be like waiting for my score, not knowing if I rode good, if
Yeah.
I rode like shit. Like it's blurry. But I remember the other day, I made a really good ride in Clovis. Like it felt crispy, it felt clean. Got off on the pickup, man. It was crispy, and I was walking back with my wife Haley, and I just told her, I said, it feels clear right now. Like I remember every feel. Like every time that horse hit the ground, I could feel everything, you know, like in it. I could recall it as well. Like I could tell you what he did this jump. I could tell you what it felt like and how I reacted. And that whenever you're winning and riding good, it's you're not even thinking about it. You're just reacting, and it's clear as fuck. You know, like it's just you're going out there, making the best ride you can, throwing your hands in the air, throwing a heart at him. Gave Clovis a heart the other day. The other day, Coop's crashing out. Right, we're sitting at the dinner table, and I fell off. And I said, hey, when you ride him, why don't you do the heart anymore? And he was sour, and he said, I'm not doing the heart anymore. So I said, righto. Next day I was in Clovis, gave him fucking 2 hearts. I gave the people in front of me a heart, turned around, gave the people behind me the heart. I said, all right, if you ain't going to give them a heart, I will.
Hey, it fired me up enough that I won Springville. The next night threw him a heart.
You were throwing hearts everywhere in Springville. I think you gave the back judge a heart.
Well, I gave the judge out in the arena a heart for sure.
Rodeo's a very humbling game, but it's the best game in the world. I don't know what else I'd be doing if it wasn't for rodeo.
That was actually a question we got. We put out a little poll on Instagram, and somebody asked, if you weren't rodeoing, what would you be doing? And I've been thinking about that ever since we got it, and I have no clue.
Selling T-shirts. Hey, by the way, everybody, Buckham Co. The job's live now. There's not a lot left, but Buckham Co. Sorry. Actually, don't buy Buckham Co. I don't care. That was cringy. You know what? You're right. Don't even buy it.
This is the Buckham Co. podcast. We don't care if you buy it. No, just listen to the pod.
Yeah. What are some other questions we got on our Snapchat?
There was one that asked any tips for somebody that wants to get into. They said bull riding, but this could apply to all rodeo events. He said at a older age.
Yeah, 28. He said.
Yeah,
28. Honestly, there's so many good schools out there nowadays. Dougie puts on a great school. The Veeder School's a great school. But building a spur board or a drop barrel is the best. You got to build a foundation first. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care how athletic you are. I can't put you on a bull and you're not going to go ride him. No. You know, like it's the reason there's only so many bull riders in the world, because it's not for everybody. And it's not easy either. And a lot of people, it's a bucket list thing. You know, I'm gonna get on a bull, feel like a man. Don't get on a bull. Do
No.
something else to
Yeah.
feel like a
Go
man.
skydiving or
Yeah,
something.
like
It's
it's
probably safer
we.
for you.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how it's the outcome is. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna roll off the side and fall off, and it's not gonna be enjoyable for any of us or yourself.
Or your girl watching.
Your girl watching's not even gonna be impressed
No,
because shortly after, Coop's gonna get on a bull and he's gonna strap, and your girl's gonna want Coop.
Girl's probably leaving with me. No, no, I agree. I don't think it should be a bucket list deal. You see those guys, and it puts everyone in danger out there. The bullfighters, you just kind of go out there, roll off one. You don't know where to go, what to do. It's not clear for you at all.
Yeah.
Bullfighters are in danger.
You don't know what's going
No,
on.
you're dazed and confused out there.
Yeah, you're dazed and confused for sure. Yeah, I call bulls land sharks. I mean, if you were to jump in the water with a shark, you wouldn't want to do it. It's the same about riding a bull.
This guy, he's been fighting bulls ever since I moved out here. I brought some practice bulls down. Clayton's got his practice bulls. This boy's stepped up his game out there in the
I
arena.
got close the other day.
Yeah.
I was almost touched him.
Almost.
I did.
Almost
I kept my
did, yeah.
distance though. No, it's fun. We got a badass set of bulls and broncs at the Buckham headquarters, and we have a good time. We do the Instagram lives. We communicate with you guys, and
Those are some of the funnest days.
for sure,
I love when, we have a bigger buck out. It's kind of like a party.
it's
type
like an
deal,
exclusive
Yeah.
party.
Like you get invited to it.
you only could be invited to it.
Yeah,
You can't
and-
just show up at these deals.
Got to get a couple riders out there in each event, and we all just kind of get on, hang out. Everyone's drinking beer. 805.
805.
805 for sure. Only 805.
Yep.
Right. But no, those are the funnest days. All the boys are together. Oh,
I get more nervous sometimes before those practices when we have everybody out there than I do at any rodeo.
well, yeah, it's everyone you know right there.
Everybody.
You know the whole stands.
And some important people as well,
Oh,
usually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like last practice, we had the mayor of Visalia.
Yeah.
He gave me, listen to this, everybody. I got a key to the city of Visalia. That's big time right there.
This is the Cali King.
Do you guys have a key to your city? Cali King does.
No, I agree. I think it's more nerve-wracking getting on in front of them.
For sure. Well, let's go back to Rodeo Houston this year. Okay.
Houston. It was my first time there.
Brought your girl out.
I did.
You brought your girl out. And that was the first time you dropped the L word, I heard.
Nah.
Nah.
Did do that.
Never would do that.
No. Houston was kind of rough.
Yeah, so Houston, the judge on the right, which is my good side. Everyone that knows me knows my right. My right side's my good side.
Left side's dog.
Dude, he marked me like the first night he marked me 3 points off, which I was like, all right, whatever, that's rodeo. Next night he marked me 6 points off the guy on the left. All right, I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Last night, another 5 points off. So I left that place sour.
Yeah.
I was ready to get out of H-Town.
Hey, I'll tell you, this boy.
I never punched a wall before, but I punched a wall that night. You could probably zoom in on that camera to see it.
Yep.
I was mad.
Punched a wall, head down, lip out, dragging his bag and his saddle out. Let's go back to California.
I want a bagel sando from Component now.
Hey, if you guys live around here and there's a Component,
Oh man.
go get you a bagel sando.
Yeah, it's only in Visalia though. It's the one in Fresno's dog water.
Really?
Yeah, I went there the other day. It's dog water. It's horrible.
Shout out Visalia.
Visalia
Component.
Component. We actually got a lot of fans from there. They know our orders when we walk in there.
I feel like royalty at Component.
Yeah.
Remember our names?
Yep.
Always great people in there.
Always great people. So what do you see? Where do you see Buckham going in the next, let's say, year? 365 days from now.
If I had to describe it in one word,
Incredible.
global.
Global. Worldwide.
Wow. Could you imagine?
Global.
Buckham, China?
Wow. I'll buck them in China.
I'll,
I'll buck them anywhere.
I'd buck them anywhere on the globe.
Damn right.
No, I do see it getting a lot bigger. we're growing so much, and it's so cool to have such a fan base. You see, every rodeo I go to, everyone's, oh, Buckham,
Mhm.
Buckham, and it's cool to be able to connect with those people while we're traveling
I feel
around.
like I
And
have a connection. If I see someone wearing a Buckham cap, I feel like I have not a weird connection with them by no
no,
means,
no,
but I damn sure have a connection with
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. I actually seen them kids we were talking to in Springville the other
Mhm.
day. I remember seeing them at the finals. I was down in the Tesla tunnel, and he had a Buckham shirt on. I said, "Hey, Buckham," and he just smiled, and it gave me a GBT. And then seeing him in Springville, he's like, "You remember me from the finals? Yeah, you yelled out Buckham," and it's cool, just getting to meet those people, and if it feels like they're following us along, but honestly, it's just for Buckham.
No, it is cool when you do see, especially the same kids twice.
Hmm.
Like you might see them at the finals, then you see them at wherever their hometown rodeo is, and they come up to you and you recognize them right away. And it's like, it's just cool to see where rodeo is at. Like these people watch us on the Cowboy Channel and keep up with our lives through social media. And I feel like if you use social media in the right ways, you could have, it's a pretty incredible tool.
Yeah. We did catch a lot of shit for it at the
For
start,
sure,
and
but we knew we were gonna catch
oh,
shit.
and it's quite funny, like in the rodeo world, how everyone's kind of, I hate to say, the same.
Yeah,
Everyone's
for sure.
pretty unoriginal, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, not
It's
not
just a
not
very
dogging them. It's just
traditional
it's
it's just a
traditional.
traditional sport for sure.
Whereas I feel like we kind of changed the game in
It's
a sense,
changing
and
for
and
sure. Like even
using social
Rocker,
media.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like Rocker, he's one of my best friends, one of your best friends. Just to be around him, he's one, and I'm not just saying this on camera. He's one of the best humans you'll ever get to know. Like he is himself to the core, and he don't give a rat's ass about what you think. And that's my favorite quality about him. That's how all his family is. And just like the other day, we're driving down the road. I don't know if I should talk about this, but I was like, "Hey, what's it like hanging out with Kid Rock?" Expecting this grand answer,
Hmm.
like this bad, like, "Oh, it's cool, blah blah blah. We did this," and he was like,
Oh, we could do blowing hookers.
"Yeah, like horrible thing." This guy, why do you always have to take it one step too far? So I asked him the question. I said, "What's it like hanging out with Kid Rock?" And he was like, "Oh, it's super cool. He's super genuine. I brought him a bottle of whiskey." And I was nervous to go to his house. I was like, "How do you walk into Kid Rock's house?" Well, he said he knocked on the door. Kid Rock opens the door, and he brought him this badass. It was like $1,000 bottle of whiskey, and he hands it to him. And Kid Rock says, "Why'd you bring me this? I'm rich," and came into his house and hung out. But I, after I asked him the question about Kid Rock, what's it like, and he's like, "You know what, D?" He calls me D. I said, "What?" He said, "If Kid Rock was in a room and my best friends were in a room, I'd go to the room with my best friends in it every time." And that just describes Rocker to the core.
Hmm.
Like he has all these connections, but he's such a loyal guy. Like we say, loyal to the soil,
Loyal to the
baby.
soil.
Loyal to the shout out Chris. But he is such a loyal guy. Like to be honest with you, I love you guys. I love my friends, but I'm going to hang out with Kid Rock. Like, but Rocker, no, he's loyal. He goes hangs out with his friends every time. He said, which just kind of describes him and his personality.
No, and it's funny whenever people realize that, I know Rocker and friends with Rocker. So how is Rocker? Because
Oh, I get
he's a
that
he's a
all the
cocky,
time, bro.
he's a
Everybody
cocky,
asks me that.
whatever, and whatever they want to say about him, and I always just say, "Oh, you know him?"
That's my go-to
And
as well.
and they're like, "Well, no, but he did this on camera or this," and I just say, "Well, he's himself, and he ain't gonna change for anybody. He don't
That's my
care,
favorite thing
and that's
about
what I
him.
love about him."
Yeah, loyal to the soil.
Oh yeah.
I feel like loyalty, whether it's with friends or obviously your relationship, loyalty is the one thing I've grown to recognize and adore as a loyal person.
Mhm.
There's not very many loyal people,
No.
like even to the boys. Like
Mhm.
I got I got four of my boys, that I know would fucking drive 5 hours away if I called them on the phone and said, "Hey, I'm on the side of the road. I can't tell you anything, but I need you to pick me up. I know I got 4 boys. Be there.
Yep.
You know, fucking throw shoes on, get in the car, and leave. And I feel like that's at the end of the day, that's all that matters in life.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. My dad taught me from a really young age. It's always loyalty, and you
Mhm.
being the loyal guy is always gonna help you out in the long run. If you got 4 guys that you're all just loyal,
Mhm.
That's all you need.
Take down a fucking army if you
Oh
want.
yeah. Oh, that's another question we got.
Okay.
All right. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Who's winning?
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
Gorilla for sure.
I ain't getting in there with no gorilla.
No. Just like you guys shouldn't ride a bull.
Unless I got Chris on my team.
Oh, if we had Chris,
Hey,
we might be able to take that gorilla
Chris?
down.
Chris is double legging that gorilla. Shout out, Chris.
Chris is naming that gorilla Tanner when he's done with it. I got a chicken named Tanner,
Pretty timid.
and he's timid, right? Like he's always kind of just following around. He's a bit of a follower, so I named him Tanner. I don't know why, just thought it fit.
Yeah.
But we have 7 chickens, and they all have male male names, but they're female chickens. I just learned
Hens.
hens.
Hens they are, yeah.
No, we got quite the compound.
Hey, I will tell you guys a cool story about Tanner, and I think Tanner might be my favorite, just because he's a little timid, but we had how many? Or you had? I guess I live here, so
I had 12. Yeah.
had 12 at one time, the very first batch he ever got, and Tanner was in that batch. They all got slaughtered except for Tanner. He was the lone survivor.
Tanner was the. Can I get a round of applause for
Timid
Tanner,
Tanner.
please? Everybody,
Tanner.
Tanner. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you guys. Shout out Tanner. He's our lone survivor. So I think Zen needs to sponsor the boys. I'm gonna throw that out here right now. Zen, how many of these bad boys do you throw in a day? On the real.
How many cans? 3.
No. How long does it on a heavy day of packing the cheenies in your upper decky? Do you go
Heavy
through
day?
Do you go through a can a day or what?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Like a
And I
long
love 'em.
drive.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, what type of day is your heavy chain day?
Oh, man. It depends.
Rodeo days.
See,
like
rodeo
long
day.
drive?
Yeah, rodeo days.
At a rodeo,
I'll try
have
to.
5, maybe 6.
Yeah, I'll try to kind of stay off them on a rodeo day. Like I'll put one in my lip here and there. But when I'm home doing nothing, I might go through a whole can a day.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite.
You had a knockoff Zen brand try to sponsor you the other day. Did you ever get back to them or no?
Told them they'd have to hit up my agent. I don't have an agent.
That's another story we'll get to you guys on the next one. But we're getting phone calls. What else? What else while we're here? Shall we talk about
Shoot.
that you feel like you need to?
Get off my chest?
Yeah, like should we talk about you been crashing out a bit, or should we not?
I mean, you can tell them the gist of it.
Yeah, Coop. We renamed him to. He's now in my phone as Crash Out Cooper, because he's been crashing out quite a bit, in a lot of different avenues in life. One being rodeo, keeps moping around.
Not
in the-
anymore. I won Springfield. I'm rich. No, I'm not Crash
No,
Out
you're
Cooper. I had
not.
a moment of weakness, as everyone does, okay?
We all do, buddy. I have them all the time. I just don't let no one see them.
I did see you throw your saddle across the parking lot.
Yeah.
One time.
I was mad that day. I was in Colorado Springs, and all I had to do was get a score to win this thing, and it pays $25,000. All I had to do was get a score. Horse doesn't even leave that hard. I try to spur him out. My feet just miss him out. Make a great ride, miss him out. I think I needed to be like 82 points to win the whole deal. I was 0.
What would you have been?
Oh, I would have been all of 87. All of it. Like this thing was stacking up in the arena, hopping out of its ass. Like it was
You know what I say?
great.
That's rodeo.
That's rodeo, baby. We actually have a shirt that describes you win some, you lose some. That's rodeo. It's an up and down game. It's actually one of my favorite shirts, and we still have a lot left. I thought those ones were gonna be gone by now. I went in there and grabbed me an extra one yesterday just because I could, because I own the company.
Little did you know that I've been sneaking out there every night. You think you're selling a bunch, but
Yeah.
I've been stealing them all.
Uh,
No, seriously though, it is flying off the shelves.
no, it's been doing good. It's fun. It's so fun. I enjoy it. I really do. It's so fun doing something outside of rodeo. Like I have horrible ADHD. Like you know this. I'm all over the place. Like I never sit still. This is the only time I've sat still probably in the last 2 days is sitting down doing this podcast. But it's so fun just learning it. You know, like Quincy at Rodeo Quincy, she's helped us so much. Like I've realized is a dog in this atmosphere. Like she runs the market, you know, and I idolize her, and luckily she's my aunt, so she gives me all the ins, tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what I'm doing right. Then having Shane on our side, you know, she's a mastermind at exactly what we're doing. You know, she's worked her way up since she was 17 to now Ariat. And yeah, luckily we have the right people in our life, but I just really enjoy the business side of it and seeing people wearing our stuff. It's so cool because I feel like we have our own style. And at first I was like, man, like I don't know if people are gonna buy this. Like me and Coop are the only ones that dress like this. Me, Coop, and Rocker are the only ones that do things a little different. And that first drop, it was like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I think we put in 10,000 on this first drop, which at the time is scary. You know, then our second drop, we do 25,000, then 40,000, and now our next drop, I don't even know what we're gonna spend on it, but it's just fun just seeing it grow so rapidly. Like even our Instagram, we're about to hit 10K. You know, it's badass just to see people that appreciate cool shit, and that's all we sell is cool shit.
No, it has been really fun. Um, what would you say your goal is for Buckham in, say, a year?
So like whenever I wrote my goals down at the beginning of the year, I wanted to have a drop make more than $100,000, you know, but we're 4 months into this and we're almost already there. So I think I always set very achievable goals just to give you, you know, give you that sense of pride. Like, oh, I hit this goal 4 months early, but I'll tell you what my 5 year plan is. I want to have Buckham worth $1 million in 5 years, which I feel like super reachable, but at the same time, it gives us all something to work for. And
Oh
we got
yeah.
a badass team. We got me, you, we got Film Boy Rye behind the cam. You guys
Ooh.
can't see him, but he's there.
Dog.
We got a bunch of dogs, and it's
Haley.
Hey,
Dog.
Haley's
Haley's the dog.
she's the dog.
Let's talk about her for a second.
I told her, I said, you should come on the pod today. And she said, not looking like this today. She has attitude today. She's stomping around the house. She has attitude today.
Hey, talk about loyal to the soil.
Loyal.
Haley.
She's a dog.
You know, I used to think me and you were best friends.
Why do you keep saying this? This
Because,
is rude.
you know, it's not rude. You're second. You're second in line. It's true.
Yeah.
And then Haley, you know, me and Haley. I think Haley's my best friend now.
She's a dog.
She's doing my taxes, basically.
Is she for sure, or do you just think she's doing your taxes? Because she told me the other day you were supposed to call somebody and you still hadn't. So you should maybe talk with your
No,
best
I'm pretty
friend.
sure she said she's doing it. She's my best friend, especially after
You
she
should
hears
maybe
this pod.
talk with your best friend and get that under control, because
Hey,
I
you
don't
should
think
talk with
she's
your best
doing
friend.
your taxes. I think she's helping you out a little bit.
More than Lefty did.
For sure. I don't do my taxes. I make the money in this house, all right? And I sell T-shirts. By the way, everybody, buckhamco.com. Buy you a T-shirt.
Buy you a T-shirt.
Please, 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 and thank you. I'm going to have another sip of my delicious 805 beer. Let's talk about 805 beer a little bit. What do you say? I walk into any gas station or any Save Mart in my area.
Or
Boom.
any bar.
Boom, my face. Front stage.
You spurn Daisy Duke at the house.
Boom.
Boom. Billboard.
Yeah. All my ex-girlfriends in Visalia guarantee they see that and they're jealous.
Oh, jealous.
For sure.
Nothing better than
Appreciate you, 805 beer. What are we at minute-wise, Rye? Perfect. That was fun.
It was fun.
Man, this is fun. We're gonna try to do, what do you say, Rye? A podcast every two weeks or so. every 1 week, he says, we're going to do a podcast, and we're going to be on the road here soon, guys. And we're going to bring you along with us. We're going full Buckham. We got some diehards. We got some loyal to the soil members here at Buckham Co. And we're going to take you guys on the road with us quite a bit and just keep getting to know you guys. And just, we really appreciate all the interaction. Like, if you guys see us at a rodeo, I always see like people that are like kind of lingering around that are nervous to walk up. Come up to us. Come up and say what up. Say we watch you here. We really do love that. That's one of the reasons I ride bucking horses, is to interact and just have more exposure to more people and make new relationships. And one thing I've learned in this game is you meet a lot of really cool people along the way, and I really cherish that.
Me as well. Well, that was actually a question we got on our Instagram poll was, do you guys enjoy taking pictures with fans and meeting people? And absolutely we do.
I love it. Like if someone yells my name, like the other day at Clovis, someone yelled my name and I'm like trying to see who it was, like just so I could just remember them. And that's why we do it, is to meet new people and win gold buckles. Here we go. Thanks for joining our pod today, guys. We're going to be back next week to talk with you guys. We'll bring some guests on as well. We're locked in. We stay locked. We buck 'em. Let's go, baby.